Have you ever been to a church where wearing trousers is allowed, but using scarf or hair tie is not? Be careful of churches with strange rules. There is a big church in central Lagos called Hope of Glory, where Pastor John is the pastor. He is known for his mystery powers, and many people attended because of the healing and miracles they heard about him. Every Sunday, new members are welcomed into the church, but there is a strange rule: no matter how you are dressed, you must not wear a scarf or hair tie. The rule is enforced on everyone, and anyone who breaks it faces punishment. Even the pastor's wife followed the rule. She wear a wig, big earring, lot of lipstick, trousers and high heel as she danced in church. Many newcomers remove their scarf or hair tie at the entrance. Everyone enjoyed the service without complaining about the strange rules. One Sunday morning, as the church's goers filled the building for service, a young lady named Lolade was curious about these strange rules. She sat at the back and thought to herself, why are only trousers allowed? Why can't women wear scarves or hair tie? She tried to keep her thoughts to herself, but couldn't hold back. She whispered to her friend Tomisi, who looked around before replying quietly with a nod so as not to distract others. Lolade decided she would find out the truth no matter what. After the service, Lolade lingered behind and watched Pastor John greet the congregation. He seemed kind and approachable, but there was something in his eyes that scared her. As she turned to leave, she noticed an old woman sitting alone in a corner, muttering to herself. Lolade approached her and asked, "Are you okay, ma?" The old woman replied, "Beware of some pastors." "What do you mean?" Lolade asked in shock. But before the old woman could respond, an usher came and said it was time for her to go home. Lolade was shocked and had many questions wingling in her mind. What was the old woman trying to say? What truth did the scarf hide? Why was Pastor John so determined to keep it a secret? That night, she could not sleep as the old woman's voice echoed in her ears. The next Sunday, Lolade decided to take a risk. Before the service, she wrapped a gele, hair tie, around her head to cover her hair. She knew it was bold, but hoped it would provoke a reaction. As she entered the church, she felt eyes on her whispering. Pastor John seems less powerful than usual during the service. Afterward, he called Lolade into his office with a scary look in his eyes and asked why she wore a gele that day. She tried to calm herself and asked him why scarves were forbidden, while trousers were allowed. He replied that every rule must be obeyed. Then he stood up and walked around his office before asking if she would know the truth. Lolade nodded with her heart pounding. He smiled and said, "Follow me." Pastor John took her down to a narrow staircase to the basement of the church. The air grew colder as he descended. Lolade felt an unsettled presence at the bottom of the stairs. He opened a wooden, revealing a small dwelling in the room with an altar covered in black cloth, surrounded by symbols of fraternity. Lolade was terrified as Pastor John said. This was where the truth of the church lies. He explained that scarves interfere with rituals they performed for power and control over the congregation. Lolade stared at him in fear and asked what kind of ritual he meant. He softly laughed and told her they were rituals that kept him in power over everyone in the church. Pastor John then said that now that she knew too much, she couldn't leave. As she rushed up the stairs to escape, he grabbed her hand and pulled her back into the dark room. Lolade struggled against him, but he was too strong. "Do you think you can escape?" he said as he dragged her towards the shrine she had seen before. She pleaded for him to let her go, promising not to tell anyone. But he laughed cruelly and said it was too late. He tied her hand and leg so she couldn't escape. Her mind sank as she realized how serious her situation was, while Pastor John began chanting in an unfamiliar language. "You see," he explained, "the scarf and trousers are not just distraction. They interfere with my connection to spirits that allow me to control everyone here." Lolade fought against her bond and told him he wouldn't get away with this. He laughed again and said he already did. Meanwhile, Tomisin was worried about Lolade since she hadn't seen her after service ended. It wasn't like Lolade to disappear without saying anything. Tomisin decided to look for her friend at the back of the church. As she approached the building and heard voices from the basement, she went inside and stopped Pastor John pulling out a calabash from behind a door while saying it contained his power for healing and miracles. Tomisin then saw Lolade tied up with rope. She quickly went outside to grab a piece of wood and returned just in time to hit Pastor John on his head, causing him to faint. She rushed over to untie Lolade, who was shaking with fear and confusion. They ran out of the basement together until they reached safely far from the church, where they told people what Pastor John has done. Pastor John was arrested afterward, and the church was shut down. God wanted Lolade to see the truth, otherwise, no one would have known what would have happened to her. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting videos.